For centuries, commerce has been at the heart of Igbo civilization. Across Southeast Nigeria, markets have evolved from traditional weekly trading centers into some of Africa's largest commercial ecosystems. Every day, hundreds of thousands of traders, manufacturers, transporters, and buyers converge to exchange goods worth billions of naira. These markets are more than shopping destinations. They are economic engines that create employment, drive manufacturing, support logistics, encourage entrepreneurship, and connect Nigeria with regional and international supply chains stretching from China and India to Europe, the Middle East, and neighboring West African countries. Among the hundreds of markets scattered across the region, three stand above the rest for their scale, influence, and economic impact. Onitsha Main Market, Ariaria International Market in Aba, and Nkwo Nnewi, the famous motorcycle and automotive spare parts market, have transformed the Southeast Nigeria into one of Africa's most vibrant commercial regions. This documentary explores these markets and how they grew into global trading hubs and why they remain indispensable to Nigeria's economy. Located in Anambra State, Onitsha Main Market is widely regarded as one of the largest markets in West Africa by geographic size, trader population, and trading volume. With thousands of shops spread across multiple sections, the market specializes in wholesale and retail distribution of virtually every product imaginable: textiles, electronics, pharmaceuticals, household goods, food items, cosmetics, office equipment, and industrial supplies. Its strategic location on the eastern bank of the River Niger has made Onitsha a trading center for centuries. Today, goods imported through the ports of Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Onne eventually find their way to Onitsha before being distributed across Nigeria and neighboring countries, including Cameroon, Chad, and Benin Republic. Every day, trailer loads with merchandise arrive from across the country, while buyers travel from virtually every Nigerian state to restock their businesses. Economists describe Onitsha as one of Nigeria's most important wholesale distribution centers because prices established here often influence markets across the country. Beyond commerce, the market sustains thousands of transport operators, warehouse owners, financial institutions, hotels, restaurants, logistic companies, creating one of Nigeria's largest urban commercial ecosystems.
We care for you. We care for Anambra, but we care for our children. IBC back. More wine, more wine, more wine. Main Market was bequeathed to us. Main Market will address Anambra. From the handle over to us. Those of you old enough to know at Main Market, the world came to Main Market to shop. Today, Main Market is largely dead. The markets are relocated across the Niger. New modern markets are emerging all over Nigeria. The traffic, long train of traffic that used to drive from Cotonou all over West Africa, long convoys that used to come from Benue, the north, and everywhere. Long convoys of about 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 vehicles. In a long convoy, the German market is just what they would arrive, they would park, and they would then shop and leave. So they likely not anymore. But this main market, we have to rescue it. Over the years, ECOG banned the place and destroyed the market. That market cannot survive the next 10 years. Very eminent people, they might live at BCG. I've asked a number of them, when was the last time you went to the market? For 10 years, for 12 years. They can't go there. We must do something for the sake of the next generation, I personally hand you over. And so if I'm following that, I will still brief you. This will cause inconvenience. We sympathize. We empathize. Unfortunately, when you have to bring this change, we wish that it doesn't cause anybody any inconvenience. That's our wish. wish that you can bring about the change without inconveniencing anybody. It's not our wish that anybody will be displaced, anybody will be inconvenienced, and so on and so forth. I know some of you bought shops because of ignorance. We empathize with you, we sympathize with you. Initially we gave 14 days, now we doubled it. Another 14 days to 28. 28 will end next month. Just be ready. People I would ask, I hope they are taking till the 28th. The 28th, that deadline still stands as we speak. The war will come back to my mind. 8.5 million, the Anambra are expecting this to happen like yesterday. And this we are going to get done very quickly.
In Abia State lies Ariaria International Market, often called the largest informal manufacturing cluster in West Africa. Unlike markets that focus mainly on trading imported goods, Ariaria is famous for producing them. Thousands of skilled artisans manufacture footwears, leather products, handbags, belts, school bags, uniforms, garments, and fashion accessories every single day. The famous Made in Aba label has become synonymous with affordable craftsmanship, with products exported to many African countries and increasingly reaching international markets through online platforms. Many entrepreneurs who began with a single sewing machine have built thriving businesses, employing dozens of workers. The market is also a major supplier to Nigerian security agencies, schools, corporate organizations, and retailers across the country. Government initiatives and private sector investment continue to improve quality standards, branding, and export opportunities, allowing Aba's manufacturers to compete with imported products. Ariaria demonstrates that industrialization does not always require massive factories. Sometimes it begins with skilled artisans, entrepreneurial determination, and a thriving marketplace.
Some of the questions or sub-questions under the question, I may not be in a position to answer for the simple reason that if somebody went and borrowed money from his bank, there's no way I would know, except if the government gave guarantee. To the best of my knowledge, I have not seen any document that speaks to a guarantee from government. But I know that it is a private-public partnership arrangement. And in fact, the matter came up again at ESCO today. And the reason the matter came up was that I received complaints from some of the original owners of the shops on that airline who claimed that the contractor, the government partner, we are trying to sell their shops to money bags. So, and that is the area where I got interested. And my understanding, like you said, is that the original number of shops there was about 4,000 plus. But then the new design will produce about 1,000 more. And so my instruction today was that all the people that had shops before should be given first right of refusal, and at a price that should not be cutthroat. And we have also reasoned that if anyone is unable to pay for circumstances beyond their control, which should be provable, then the government can intervene by negotiating with the bank to support the purchase of those shops and repayment to happen over a period of time. So That is how much I know. But it will be interesting to engage. I'm sure my people are engaging with the partner. And some of these directives that I gave today must have been communicated to the partner. And I've also instructed that other lines should follow suit. Because the last time I went there, I was impressed with the quality of job going on there. So if that has succeeded as a model, I see no reason why we shouldn't deploy it to the other parts of Ariaria Market. That's how far I can go. Now, I don't know if I've satisfied your quest.
Nnewi in Anambra State has earned a reputation as Nigeria's automotive capital. At the center of this industrial city is Nkwo Nnewi Market, one of the largest motorcycle, automotive, and spare parts markets in West Africa. For decades, the market has served as the primary destination for motorcycle dealers, automobile parts distributors, mechanics, and industrial suppliers. Thousands of containers filled with engines, vehicle components, tires, bearings, batteries, lubricants, and industrial equipment arrive here annually. The market also became famous during Nigerian motorcycle boom, when dealers supplied motorcycles to virtually every part of the country, as well as neighboring West African nations. Its close relationship with indigenous manufacturers, including companies involved in vehicle assembly, battery production, cables, and industrial equipment, has strengthened Nnewi's reputation as one of Africa's leading industrial cities. The entrepreneurial culture of Nnewi has produced numerous manufacturing companies that now operate nationally and internationally, reinforcing the city's position as both a trading and industrial powerhouse.
Our Sunday Specials starts now. Sometime last year, Nnewi in Anambra State was rated the Nigerian town with the most concentration of millionaires. But most people from the town are self-made traders, and there are a number of manufacturers with factories there. And as TVC's Hilary Noruka finds out, Nnewi's wealth has been built through a system of apprenticeship common in southeastern Nigeria.
It's a modest town with motorcycles everywhere you look. But Nnewi in Anambra State has more billionaires per capita than anywhere else in Nigeria, according to Forbes. The story of the billions cannot be told without talking automotive vehicles, and many of the town's wealthy were made here at the motorcycle markets. It's at the heart of the town, and you'll find everything here, from parts to imported whole bikes and locally assembled ones. One of Nnewi's biggest businessmen and manufacturers, Innocent Chukwuma, has a history with motorcycles.
I started by trading on motorcycle spare parts. After motorcycle spare parts, I start on assembling of motorcycle. I start motorcycle assembling. I'm the first indigenous motorcycle assembling plant in Nigeria.
His wealth skyrocketed when he discovered a way to knock down the price of a motorcycle by more than half.
From 150,000 they are selling motorcycle, I make the price to come down to 60,000. The idea I brought that I checked the other people, they are bringing motorcycle in crates. They will put about 36 units in 140 feet container. But because of my idea, I have an idea of the spare parts, I decided to bring it in knockdown pieces, everything in pieces. When we come down here, we use local mechanics to assemble them. By then, we pack about 220 in one container. So the price also almost half of their own, because all their expenses is on 36. But we are doing expenses on 230 and 220. So it makes the price to drop almost 50% on that aspect. Later, I discovered again that motorcycle have a lot of plastic components. That is why I build plastic plant in Enugu. Immediately I build plastic plant in Enugu, I make the plastic component local. The price drop more.
Today, his conglomerate has diversified to manufacturing, employing more than 7,000 people with a plan to add another 3,000. There is a large plastic factory in Enugu and a vehicle manufacturing plant in Nnewi, the first in Nigeria.
And many people in Nigeria are thinking we are doing assembling, but we are not assembling, we are manufacturing. We buy components from those who make the components. Even anyone they make in Nigeria, we buy them, and also bring the one they made outside, and get them together here.
11,000 vehicles have been produced here, and his biggest client is the Nigerian military, for which he makes according to specification.
No. Motor manufacturing have one system. You cannot go to shortcuts. If you go to shortcut, you can't get it.
It's hardly a rosy start or a smooth ride for the billionaires in this town, who are products of a form of apprenticeship, perfected after the Nigerian Civil War of the late 60s. In its simplest form, a young boy will be sent to live with and understudy a trader, usually a relative or clan member, for about 7 years. He will be housed, fed and clothed by the trader, but not necessarily paid. His reward will come at the end of the internship in the form of seed capital for his own business.
Although each market has its own specialty, together they represent an integrated economic ecosystem. Imported goods arrive through Nigeria's port before moving into Onitsha's wholesale network. Manufacturing expertise flourishes in Aba, where locally produced goods compete with imports. Industrial equipment and automotive commerce thrive in Nnewi, supporting transportation, manufacturing, and engineering businesses across West Africa. International suppliers from China, India, Turkey, and the United Arab Emirates, with Europe, maintain long-standing business relationships with traders in these markets. Many Nigerian importers travel overseas regularly to negotiate contracts, inspect factories, and source products directly from manufacturers. At the same time, locally manufactured products from Aba increasingly find buyers beyond Nigeria's borders. This interconnected commercial network has positioned Southeast Nigeria as one of Africa's most entrepreneurial regions, attracting investors, logistic firms, financial institutions, and multinational businesses seeking access to Nigeria's vast consumer markets. Markets are more than places where goods are bought and sold. They preserve history, encourage innovation, create wealth, and empower millions of families. Onitsha Main Market continues to dominate wholesale commerce. Ariaria International Market showcases Africa's manufacturing ingenuity. Nkwo Nnewi remains a symbol of industrial entrepreneurship and automotive commerce. Together, these three markets have helped define Southeast Nigeria's reputation as a region driven by enterprise, resilience, and innovation. As infrastructure improves, digital commerce expands, and the African Continental Free Trade Area opens new opportunities, this historic market may become even more influential in connecting Africa's businesses with global supply chains. Their story is ultimately one of people, ordinary entrepreneurs, whose determination transformed local marketplaces into internationally recognized commercial landmarks. Thank you for watching this documentary on the three biggest markets that put Southeast Nigeria on the global map. These markets are more than centers of trade. They are symbols of entrepreneurship, resilience, innovation, and the determination of millions of people who power Nigeria's economy every single day. If you found this documentary informative, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends and family, and subscribe to 1010 Media for more high-quality documentaries on Africa's economy, infrastructure, business, tourism, culture, and development. Your support helps us continue telling African stories with facts, context, and compelling visuals. Until our next documentary, thank you for watching 1010 Media, documenting Africa's stories today for tomorrow.